All right, folks, let's break down this crazy news conference with our panel. Jamira Burley, she's a human rights activist. Davon Love, Director of Research and Public Policy for Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, and Pastor Shannon Wright, Third Vice Chair, Maryland Republican Party. Okay, so Shannon, I'll start with you. Here's the biggest issue, I think, for me. First of all, it was abundantly clear that President Trump wanted to deflect. He comes out, attacks the media. That's his position. This was not a scheduled news conference. He wanted to joust. And what was confusing is you tell lie after lie after lie. You accuse the media of fake news. You say that the media was reporting classified information that should not have been reported, but then you call it fake news. Well, if it's classified information and it's true, how is reporting on it fake news? So what was this spectacle we just witnessed yesterday?
Well, we have a president that
Lord,
is clearly
Trump got a Republican stuttering. Lord, Shannon.
I am trying to be politically correct, and that's not working, so I'm going to throw that out the window. We have a president that is not a politician. He has no clue on some of the things he should be doing, shouldn't be doing, and how he should be doing and saying them. I get it. When people voted for this man, they had to understand what they were getting was not a seasoned and polished politician. They were getting someone that had areas of concern, things that he wanted to see addressed and fixed in this country. Now, there are those...
Shannon,
there are those that would debate the how to...
Shannon, I don't want a seasoned politician.
Okay.
What I want is somebody not to flat out lie.
Somebody who's confident.
He lied repeatedly in the news conference. Can we get a president to stop trashing the media for so-called fake news when he keeps lying?
I hear you. You know, you show me a president that hasn't stretched, twisted, or turned whatever it is that they want to spin. Come on now. Come on.
Shannon,
it's too early in the morning. Let's be real.
The man can't even tell a basic truth about Congressman Elijah Cummings. He can't tell a basic truth, Jamira.
It's a series of lies that he continues to throw out, and he does it to distract the media, and he does it to distract voters against the fact that, one, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know how to operate government. He doesn't know how to hire competent people to actually run government, and he continuously lies. And for him to say that he inherited this horrible government from President Barack Obama and that he got the most accomplished in a short amount of time, that's a lie. President Obama not only passed a stimulus package, he expanded health care for children, but he also actually did a number of things within the first 27 days that Trump has yet to even be able to build his house. And so he continuously lies, and I think it's becoming quite annoying, but also disrespectful to the voters who, one, voted for him and who took him at his word, and also for people who are just saying, like, he is putting us all at risk, both here at home and abroad.
Roland, yesterday, Davon, one second. Yesterday in the news conference, again, he trashed the media. Here's some of what he had to say.
Leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake because so much of the news is fake. So one thing that I felt it was very important to do, and I hope we can correct it.
If the information coming from those leaks is real, then how can the stories be fake?
No, the reporting is fake.
And if I may ask, I just want to ask...
Jim, you know what it is? Here's the thing. The public isn't, you know, they read newspapers, they see television, they watch. They don't know if it's true or false because they're not involved. I'm involved. I've been involved with this stuff all my life, but I'm involved. So I know when you're telling the truth or when you're not.
Yeah, and we know when you're telling the truth and when you're not, Davon. I mean, the man stands there and said, the leaks are real, the stories are false. The stories are based on the leaks. Then he stands there, he's talking to Jim Acosta of CNN. Oh, I don't watch CNN. But then goes on this long breakdown of one of CNN shows and how bad it is. Dude, if you don't watch, how do you know what they're doing?
What I think is really instructive about what we're witnessing is that if we think about the Tea Party movement, I think most of us would agree that the election of Donald Trump is the culmination of the Tea Party movement, which isn't really even a decade old. And I think what we're starting to see are chinks in the movement itself. And I think there are two things that are instructive about this moment. The first is that when you don't have a movement that is clear about building having the level of expertise, right, that can represent the best version of the movement. Because I think if you look at the people who he's put up for confirmation, I mean, these are people that are not content experts in the things that he's nominating people for in many cases. And so this shows the weakness of the movement. But secondly, and to your point, I think what this demonstrates is that the Tea Party movement has not done a good job of organizing an infrastructure so that they can have a PR strategy that would be effective outside of their own echo chamber, right? So there are people who exist, out in America who support Donald Trump, but they aren't able to effectively communicate what he represents. And so what we're seeing is a boomerang effect of a movement that was really based on a white nationalist backlash to the upsurge and people organizing to challenge the institutional racism of America. What you have is that backlash, and we're seeing the shortcomings of their movement, and Donald Trump is the pinnacle of that.
But it's not just the white nationalists. It's also poor Americans who voted for Donald Trump thinking that he was going to bring back their jobs, he was going to bring back their steel mill. And the reality is those jobs don't exist no more, and Donald Trump is not interested in bringing them back for you. He's not interested in creating an economy that actually works for all of American people.
Kickstart your day at 7 and get the news you need from the perspective you want. NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.